Thank you, Justine. Thank you, Ja. How you doing? Tuesday, 20th of December 2016 now. I know, 20th! Live till 5, it's The Big Show. It's Steve, right in the afternoon. Hello.
Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. You want the world to know we won't let hatred go. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Wait and see. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. Yeah, I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Got to do this just now. Put a little love in your heart. That's right. Put a little love in your heart. That's right. That's right. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
Hello, good afternoon to you. Addie Lennox, Al Green, put a little love in your heart. You can email us right through the afternoon. It's steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. All right? Thanks. Let's quickly do the hands up then. Are you ready? Are you sure? Hands up for behaving well at the works Christmas party. That's good. Behaving well. Being good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Hands up for mulled wine with mince pies. Can't go wrong with that. Hands up if you've lost a credit card. That's just me then. Hands up for leaving everything to the last minute. I'm with you. Anyway, Steve Wright in the afternoon playing the Bee Gees Jive Talking. Do the weather next. Or you can just look out the window. Jive Talking. On Radio 2. Wet and windy in the far northwest of the UK. Dry and bright or sunny spells in southern and central England and East Wales. Some cloud with light rain elsewhere. It's a high of 9. Not bad in Plymouth. And tonight, rain and blustery showers for the west of the coast of Scotland, England and Wales. Blustery tonight. Tomorrow, rain for most of the UK. The best of any sunshine will be over Scotland and Northern Ireland. And the lights on for today, Edinburgh 3:39. That's during the day. In Belfast 3:59, Cardiff 4:06 and London 3:53. Insane.
88 to 91.
Be spring soon.
BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Some awesome guests on today, which I'll tell you about after the next tune. Hello, Stephen team. Excellent start to the show. Jive Talking takes me back to the red hot summer of 76, or was it 77? I don't know. Love Gail in Newcastle. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Gail. Merry Christmas to you. Can you play a jolly tune for everyone like me who's frantically playing Beat the Clock and getting everything done in time for Christmas? Merry Christmas to you and everyone at Radio 2. Thank you from your number one fan, Barbara Bush from Bristol, busy baking biscuits. Thank you, Barbara. Send them along. Stephen, big team, can you say hi to us as we drive home from Gatwick after a fab few days in Copenhagen? Thanks for the mention on Sunday Love Songs for hubby Alan's 50th birthday. Did we do that, Amanda? Heading home to Bridgend now. That's lovely.
Without a doubt, winter food is the best. Warming, wholesome and truly comforting.
Bake Off winner Nadia Hussain and Ollie Smith cook up a festive feast.
It's food for all the family with minimum effort for maximum effect.
Whether you're cooking up a banquet for the whole family or plating up for those last-minute guests. The smell's tremendous. I mean, it was one thing in the pan, but now...
Can you smell that now?
Yeah.
For me, it's all about doing as little washing up as possible.
Plating up.
I mean, it literally is one pan.
So come join us,
There are recipes straight from my kitchen to yours.
with plenty of our favourite festive music served on the side.
Nadia's festive family feast.
Wednesday night from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Clean Bandit and Marie. Rockabye on Radio 2.
She works the nights by the water. She's gone astray, so far away from her father's daughter. She just wants a life for a baby. All on her own, no one will come. She's got to save him. She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. She tells him your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I got to do. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Rock-a-bye. She found her love way too early. He left her there with more than tears and hurt to carry. They said too young, what are you thinking? They told her to, she chose to use her heart and keep him. Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says. She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. Yeah. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Rock-a-bye.
That's excellent. This is Steve Wright in the afternoon. On today's programme, Rowan Atkinson back on TV on Christmas Day in the role of Maigret. Sir Cliff Richard discussing his new Christmas single, album and tour. And Nigel Kennedy. He's also got a new album coming out, Monster Monster. Tim Smith, Janie Lee Grace, Bobby Pryor, Matt the Sports Guy. The oldies chosen by Paul Carton from Thames Ditton in Surrey. Your emails, carols, texts, tweets, social media, showbiz, all here.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Great Britain.
That's a show, ain't it?
Here at the home of Radio 2, Christmas Day is just about ready.
Getting your day started, it's me, Claire Balding, with Good Morning Christmas.
Please join me, Barry Humphries, because I want to play you some wonderful music.
This is Ralph Johnson playing the music of Motown's golden era.
It's me, Chris Bean.
And me, Robert Grove.
Radio 2's newest presenter.
We've got the music, the guests. Well, you have got the guests.
Well, no, technically, no, we don't. It's the Christmas that goes wrong.
And yes, I'll be here full of festive cheer. Shut it, Malcolm.
Christmas Day on BBC Radio 2.
From our home at Wogan House to yours. Christmas 2016 on BBC Radio Ho 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 2.
Email steve.wright at bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Now, First Aid Kit.
I don't want to wait anymore. I'm tired of looking for answers. Take me someplace where there's music and there's laughter. I don't know if I'm scared of dying, but I'm scared of living too fast, too slow. Regret, remorse, hold on. No, I've gotta go. There's no starting over, no new beginnings. Time raises on. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep on going, looking straight out on the road. Can't worry about what's behind you, what's coming for you further up the road. Try not to hold on to what is gone. I try to do right what is wrong. I try to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I just keep on keeping on. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in a town to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road. Ooh, 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 oh. I've woken up in a hotel room. My worries as big as the moon. Having no idea what or where I am. Something good comes with the bad. A song's never just sad. There's hope, there's a silver line. Show me my silver line. Show me my silver line. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in a town to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road. I won't take the easy road, the easy road, the easy road. Oh, I won't take the easy road, the easy road, the easy road. Oh, ooh, ooh, show me my silver line. I try to keep on keeping on. Show me my silver line. I try to keep on.
First Aid Kit.
Show me
My Silver Lining. I love that. Simon's on the air at 5 today. It's Special Tunes Day. Simon will be playing your favourite Christmas love songs. Jamie Cullum at 7. Joe Wiley at 8. Joe is joined by Metallica's drummer Lars Ulrich. Bradley Walsh at 10. Bradley swings into Christmas. The organist entertains with Nigel at 11. Listen to the band 11:30. Then After Midnight with Janice Long. That'll be After Midnight on Radio 2.
I don't care for the color of her hair or the color of the skin that she's wrapped in. All I want is a personality that's right for me. That's all I see. I don't care if she's rich or poor. The door to my heart is open wide. If you're lonely, someone to love, then why don't you just come inside? 'Cause love and affection from whatever direction. I don't care, I don't mind if she can dance. I'll teach her to dance in every way. And if by chance she's new to romance, I'll teach her to make love night and day. 'Cause I'm girl crazy, crazy. I'm girl crazy, I'm girl crazy. For a girl crazy, I'm girl crazy, crazy for a girl who's boy crazy. For a boy like me. Da 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 da.
Girl crazy. Hot chocolate. Rowan Atkinson on with us later. Sir Cliff Richard and Nigel Kennedy. All-star lineup. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk for a Christmas shout-out. Text 88291. Tweet us at BBC Radio 2. And what about a bit of Christmas with Dean? Nice idea, Wrighty. Go ahead, Dean.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow and snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, oh, let it snow,
let it snow,
let it snow.
We love Dean because he didn't like to rehearse. That made it much better. Dun, dun. It's 2:30.
This is a shout out to my ex. Heard he in love with some other chick. Yeah, that hurt me, I'll admit. Forget that, but I'm over it. I hope she getting better. Hope she ain't faking it like I did, babe. Took so long, you said call it quits. Forget that, but I'm over it. Guess I should say thank you for the hate yous and the tattoos. Oh baby, I'm cool, by the way. Ain't sure I loved you anyway. Go ahead, babe, I'ma live my life, yeah. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. deleted all your pics, then blocked your number from my phone. Yeah, you took all you could get, but you ain't getting this line no more. Cause now I'm living so legit, even though you broke my heart in two, baby. But I snap right back, I'm so brand new, baby.
I'm so brand new.
Boy, read my lips, I'm over you, over you. Yes, I should say thank you for the haters and the tattoos, oh baby, I'm cool. By the way, it's sure I love you anyway. Go ahead, babe, I'ma live my life, yeah. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey look at me now. Well, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey look at me now. Well, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down. You'll never bring me down. Yeah. Shout out to my ex, you're really quite the man. You made my heart break and that made me who I am. Here's to my ex, hey look at me now. Well, I'm all the way up, I swear you'll never bring me down.
Shout out to my ex.
You made my heart break and that made me who I am.
Could be a good idea. There's little mix. Steve team loving listening to the show during Christmas preparations, baking cakes and wrapping presents today. Keep up the good work. Love, Carol and Graham. Thank you. Happy Christmas. Can you give the Sharps a shout out? We're just driving to West Yorkshire and having a ride, after having a ride on the Polar Express in Weardale. Thank you. Merry Christmas. I would like to bring on Tim Smith. What are you doing over there, Tim?
I've blown my nose. Hang on.
Well, come on over here. We're doing it. And Janie Lee Grace.
Do it yet?
22% of men and 9% of women leave their Christmas shopping until the day or two before Christmas Eve, so now you know. Here's Janie.
On this day in 1983, 20th Century Fox became the first studio to openly advertise for product placement in their movies.
Are you with us now?
I am, thank you. The digestive juices of crocodiles contain so much hydrochloric acid they can dissolve iron spearheads and 6-inch steel hooks if the crocodile happens to swallow them.
Antarctica is the largest cold desert on Earth.
Byron kept a bear as a pet while he was at Cambridge.
Wow. What is both a desert? What is it?
It's somewhere where nothing grows.
And where there's no water.
Yes, desert here, defined here, an area that receives the lowest rainfall.
Unless it's a desert, of course, and then it's altogether different.
Correct.
And also, do you realise that desserts is stressed backwards? So is that stressed if you have them or stressed if you don't?
I don't know. What do they call that? Is that a palindrome?
Yes, I think it is. Or is it a malapropism?
It could be.
That's a good word.
It's easy for you to say.
In years, how long do you think it would take you, roughly, to read all the books in the British Library at a rate of 5 a day?
How many years? 210?
No.
No, a lot more than that. More like 1,000.
More like 80,000.
Wow. Factoids.
Maybe I'm foolish, or maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look in the mirror, and what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived? in what you believe. 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. But Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Don't ask my opinion, don't ask me to lie, and beg for forgiveness for making you cry. Making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problem. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. But Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. I make mistakes. I'm only human. It's all it takes to put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
Steve Wright on BBC Radio 2. Ho, ho, ho.
Now, it's the Royal Mail's recommended last posting date for sending items second class in the UK to get there before Christmas. It's International Human Solidarity Day, and the House of Commons and the House of Lords rise for the Christmas recess. They return on the 9th of January 2017. It's the 70th anniversary of It's a Wonderful Life, premiering in New York. It was directed by Frank Capra and stars James Stewart, Donna Reed, Lionel Barrymore and Henry Travers, and went on to be nominated for 5 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director and Best Actor. And I still like to see it at Christmas time wherever it's on, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's lovely. It's warming and uplifting. It's great.
2017 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees announced. To be eligible, an artist must have released their first single or album at least 25 years ago, and the nominees include Janet Jackson, Depeche Mode, ELO, Journey, The Zombies, Yes, Chaka Khan, Joan Baez, Kraftwerk, MC5, Steppenwolf, Tupac and Chic. The induction ceremony will be held in April. At 8 p.m. tonight, over on ITV Television, Hilda Ogden's Last Hurrah, a tribute to Jean Alexander, an hour-long special celebrating the work of Jean Alexander, who was, of course, best known for playing Hilda Ogden in Corrie for over 20 years, more than that.
Elsie Tanner! I've got something to say to you. What was that, love? What was you doing all night with my Stan? You better ask Stan that. I'm asking you. You had it all worked out in your wicked, scheming little mind, hadn't you? Mrs. Ogden, I don't know. You're going to drive Stanley, you said. Then you go and fix your car so you can get your clothes into him. I know your sort.
And Stan used to go, Now, who was Hilda Ogden's sworn enemy in Corrie on the Street? In the old days, sworn enemy.
What was one of the old ladies that sat in the snug, wasn't it? No, it was Sharples, Ina Sharples.
Well, Ina Sharples was everybody's enemy. I think it was the Pat Phoenix character.
Oh, who she was talking to in that clip, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, that's right.
That was Elsie Tanner, of course.
Elsie Tanner, yeah.
What else we got? James Arthur begins his UK tour in London. Jenny Agutter is 64. And Dick Wolf is 70. Writer and producer who's been involved in some huge television series over the years. And I'm going to play you, Janie, and you, Tim, and for people listening at home, in the car, wherever, the themes of his TV series, and you have to guess what they are. Okay, ready for number one? Medical show.
Oh, it's St Elsewhere.
It is St Elsewhere. Well done.
Good.
I am a saddo when it comes to TV themes.
I'm impressed.
All right, what about this one? I'm going to throw this open to Janie.
I've got absolutely no idea unless
You're
Tim gives me a
kidding.
clue. Give me a clue. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. He just told me.
He whispered it to you.
Yeah, of course he did. That's brilliant, though. Why didn't I know that? It's Knight Rider, obviously.
No.
Oh, isn't it?
No?
What a muppet you are.
Oh, sorry.
What is it then?
What is it?
It's Miami Vice.
Is it?
When does it get going then?
It's going now. What about this one? Now, this was a hit single at some point. It was to a television series that was a groundbreaking series way back in the 80s.
This was Hill Street Blues.
It was.
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? What
Beautiful.
a great song.
All right, got one more. These are all Dick Wolf shows. He's 70 today. Here they are all walking forward. All lined up in a row when they go to a new scene.
Oh, I thought it was Bergerac.
No, how can it be Bergerac?
Well, it just sounded a bit like the start of the Bergerac.
What part of the Bergerac did Dick Wolf play then? You know, was he the producer? Was he the director? No, he wasn't.
This is the Law and Order thing, isn't it?
It is
in
Law and
America.
Order. Well done, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done. And well done at home. Today is National Caroling Day. If you plan on serenading your neighbours, be sure to have enough sheet music to pass around. You don't want to forget the words mid-carol. Rowan Atkinson with us later. Back on TV on Christmas Day in the role of May Grace. Sir Cliff, it's a pre-recorded interview. And Nigel Kennedy, Monster. He's got an album coming out.
I spent my summer by the sea to look for what I lost. Oh, once I had a dream or two, but I saw at a cost. Often I would wonder why we try so hard to stay alive when nothing ever seemed to satisfy. My best friend was a homeless man with a beard to hide his face. Secretly I loved him so, but he was twice my age. We talked and we would sing all day, collecting sorrows to throw away, but nothing ever seemed to ease the pain. I worked by day and by night I drank, I danced until my mind was blank. And when the morning came to me, I'd only ever do the same. Everybody said to me, "Baby, what would set me free?" But no one has the answers. Oh, no one has any answers at all. The sky was blue and the sun was out, whilst I hid from the world. Laughter screamed through the window panes, and all my toes were curled. I wanted nothing more than to understand what we're living for, when all we do is damn the wars we start. People put their faith in God, they don't think, they just nod their heads, 'cause they just wanna know when they die where they're gonna go. Everybody said to me, maybe it will set you free, but no one has the answers. No, no one has any answers at all. No one has any answers at all. No one has any answers at all. No one has any answers at all.
Holly McVie, no one has the answers. Steve, so far another good show. Can you give a shout out to Nigel and Trish heading towards Sandbach on their way home from Jarrow? Thank you, and a Merry Christmas to you and the team and to you. Now, here's Bobby.
Stu, thank you. First of all, South Lanarkshire eastbound at Strathaven, the A71 eastbound. There's an accident between Strathaven, the A726 and Stonehouse. Now, police are there directing traffic, so the eastbound A71 completely closed. Problems for the A65 in Cumbria at Crookland, south of Kendal. The A65 is still completely closed between the A590, the Crooklands roundabout at Crooklands, and Jubilee Lane at Lupton. Closed both ways because of this lost load. It's still going to take some time to clear. The The M1 closure, southbound only between 21 and 20, down towards Lutterworth following the earlier accident. There is a diversion via the exit slip at junction 21. Northbound has reopened following the air ambulance, which has left, but southbound closure's in place. It's going to be closed for some time. The M6 southbound at 7, down from Great Bar. Now, there's an accident there. 2 lanes are blocked following that accident. Also, further down southbound, there was a breakdown between 6 and 5. Now, that hasn't helped the queues. So you've got congestion on the southbound M6. Northbound M6, there was an accident between 5 and 6 as well. We've got all lanes open there, but it's very congested. And the M25, at the moment, clockwise, we've got some heavy traffic still between Clackett Lane Services and 6 for Godstone following a breakdown, which is still there. Anti-clockwise, we had a breakdown at junctions 3 to 2. So between the M20 and the Darrington interchange, it is still very slow through that stretch. And the latest on the M4 closure, eastbound closed between 18 and 17, Bath through to Chippen, and westbound open over an hour ago. But you've still got very heavy traffic. Also, diversion route is very busy. Thanks for your updates, and I'll be back with more 40 minutes.
Thank you, the Bobster. Earlier on today, people drinking just 2 glasses of wine a day should be tested for liver disease, a health watchdog says, according to Nick McDermott in The Sun earlier. 3 daily pints of beer is also deemed enough to cause cirrhosis, which kills around 4,000 a year in the UK, says the press earlier. Monopoly experts are to man a Christmas hotline to settle disputes over the board game's rules. A lot of people play Monopoly on Christmas Day, including me.
You're kidding me.
I'm always the boot. What are you?
I'm always the racing car. But hang on. You're kidding me. They're manning a hotline to sort out disputes over Monopoly.
You can make your own rules up, surely.
No, you cannot. There are serious rules. And, for example, how many houses is it for before you can buy a hotel?
Four houses,
right?
Then a hotel. But can't you, in the newer versions, put 2 hotels on a place, whereas in the olden days you could only put 1 hotel?
Well, there are lots of different versions of Monopoly now. I know you have New York. I know you've got the Reading version and the Swindon version.
And you've got Dogopoly.
A Dogopoly as well, yeah. So that's what they're going to have this hotline for on Christmas
that's
Day.
Good then. I should bear that in mind because I do play it occasionally with a 6-year-old.
Yeah, now I feel sorry for the people manning it or womaning it.
Well, it must be quite difficult as well and frustrating for them because they're going to get all kinds of phone calls and they're not going to be able to quite read the situation, are they? People are going to be saying that somebody stole money from the bank or somebody did this.
Yeah.
I mean, how are they going to organise those kind of disputes?
I would have thought come Christmas Day, and if you're talking to these Monopoly people, then it would be a good idea to Skype. Then you can actually show the board and all the rest of it. What do you think about that? Huh? Heiress Paris Hilton is paying tribute to the late Zsa Gabor following her death, aged 99, announcing my great-grandfather and her made such a beautiful couple. Because her grandfather, who was, of course, great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton, was married to Zsa Gabor, one of her husbands.
Yeah, first one, I think.
Yeah, one of her 9 husbands. Unbelievable.
Well, didn't she say she'd had 8.5?
I think she did, yeah. She was a great character and she lived to a good ripe old age, didn't she?
Amazing.
What you got, Tim?
Going for a walk on Christmas Day cuts the risk of family arguments by half, says a new study today.
Well, we always go for a walk in the afternoon, right? I bet you do that as well, right? It's about 3 o'clock. Well, the truth is we all have Christmas dinner, don't we? Christmas meal at about 3.
Watch the Queen.
And then, of course, when it gets to 5, it's going to be dark, isn't it?
Yeah, so you need to go slightly before that.
Yeah.
However, let me get back to the story. Walking, it says here, is a bicker-free festive activity according to 82% of Britons, and 43 million are expected to head out for a stroll over the Christmas period. The National Trust survey also found more than 2/3 of people find a festive walk the perfect way to spend quality time together.
I actually once did a walk with some friends.
Had an argument?
And their family, it was on Boxing Day,
Yeah.
and they were leading the walk. They had the maps and everything. It was a walk they'd done before, apparently. So off we are, chomping through the countryside. Suddenly realised absolutely no idea which way we're going. So this massive argument ensued as to who had the map, who had the compass. It was disastrous, and the whole thing ended up taking about 4 hours.
Well, luckily, we've all got the mobile phone now and it can guide us. Yeah, GPS. By the way, the Met Office has issued an amber be prepared weather warning for large parts of Scotland for Friday and Christmas Eve. Yellow be aware warnings are also in place for Scotland for Wednesday to Saturday, so that's starting tomorrow. Sir Cliff Richard, it's a pre-recorded interview that we did already, discussing his new Christmas single, new album and tour for next year, 2017. Nigel Kennedy, violinist, and Rowan Atkinson, back on television on Christmas Day in the role of...
Make Ray. Look, you don't know my name, but you've met my wife, Nina. She says she's met you. Who is this? You don't know.
On the big show.
I feel that chill upon the air. There's smiling faces everywhere. It's such a wondrous affair. Show me the magic. I'll keep you warm this winter night. You bring the tree, I'll bring the lights. Now blanket my world in white. And show me the magic. I've been waiting all year. Is that the sound of sleigh bells I hear? Wherever you may roam, I tell you, babe, you're never alone. The snow is silent in the streets. Let's choose love and hope for peace. Now make some room for your dreams and show me the magic. I've been waiting all year. Is that the sound of sleigh bells I hear? Wherever you may roam, I tell you, babe, you're never alone. The snow is silent. in the streets. Let's choose love and hope for peace. Now make some room for your dreams, yeah. Show me the magic. Show me the magic. Show me.
Isn't that brilliant? That's Jamie Cullum, Show Me the Magic. And I said to Jamie the other day, because he is my colleague, I said, that is a perfect Christmas tune. Or a tune, anyway. He said, perfect? I said, yeah. Jamie Cullum, Show Me the Magic.
Star-crossed lovers waiting to begin. Don't you know something beautiful has passed you by? Oh, star-crossed lovers, too much in love to say goodbye. Star-crossed lovers waiting to be heard. No, we can't be together if we never try. Oh, star-crossed lovers, you know I hate to see you cry. I used to hang around, waiting on the chance you could be everything to me. But you just turn away, leading me the dance. I'd be the lonely one inside the sun. Star-crossed lovers written on the wind. Don't you know something beautiful has passed you by? Oh, star-crossed lovers, too much in love to say goodbye. Lovers do, but you just look at him, waiting for the smile. I'll be the lonely one inside the sun. Star-crossed lovers, never to begin. Don't you know something beautiful?
Oh, it's our friend Barry. Barry Gibbs, Star-crossed lovers. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Over 40 years on the road as a sales rep. I am retiring, no G. At the end of the month, this says. Give me a shout out and a big thanks to you for being my mate in the car all the time. It's our pleasure. That's Terry the Bedman. You got it, Terry. Yes, what is it?
Excuse me, does anybody know what's going on?
Yeah, we've got the news coming up. When we come back, the non-stop oldies chosen by Paul Carten from Thames Ditton in Surrey.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Justine Green. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel has laid flowers at the scene of last night's attack in Berlin, where a lorry was driven into a crowded Christmas market. 12 people were killed and almost 50 others injured. A Pakistani asylum seeker has been arrested, but he denies involvement, and the authorities now say they're not certain that he played a role in the attack. The federal prosecutor Peter Frank told reporters that the investigation hadn't yet been completed. His words are spoken by an interpreter.
For now, we don't know whether there was one attacker or several attackers. We also don't know whether they had support, but we have to think that the person who was arrested yesterday, a man of Pakistani nationality, we have to be open to the idea that he could possibly not have been the attacker.
A judge in Manchester has ruled that doctors should stop providing life support treatment for a police officer who's been in a coma for almost a year and a half. Paul Briggs, who's 43, suffered a brain injury in a motorcycle accident. His wife Lindsay argued that the treatment should be stopped in line with his previously expressed wishes. The government in Edinburgh has published its plan on how Scotland could remain in the EU's single market if the rest of the UK leaves after Brexit. The proposals include the transfer of significant new powers from Westminster to Holyrood. Downing Street said it fundamentally opposed a different deal for Scotland. Charles Grant from the pro-EU think tank the Centre for European Reform says some EU governments may not like the proposals either.
Quite a lot of EU countries would not want one region of any member state or any ex-member state to have a special sweetheart deal. The Spanish in particular are reluctant to encourage the Catalans or the Basques to have their own special deals within Spain.
The double Wimbledon tennis champion Petra Kvitova has been injured in a knife attack at her home in the Czech Republic. David Ornstein reports.
Petra Kvitova confirmed on social media she was attacked in her apartment by an individual with a knife, damaging her left hand as she tried to defend herself. That is the hand she plays tennis with, and the 26-year-old said the injury was severe, describing herself as shaken but fortunate to be alive. Her spokesman said the incident was a random burglary that occurred this morning in the eastern Czech town of Prostějov. It's not clear whether she'll still take part in the first Grand Slam of the new season, the Australian Open, starting in Melbourne on January the 16th.
The Queen is stepping down as patron of more than 20 organisations, including charities such as the NSPCC, Barnardo's and Battersea Dogs Home. The patronages will be passed on to other members of the royal family. The Queen, who's 90, will maintain her links with hundreds of other organisations. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3. Our next at 4.
Thank you, Justine.
Right in the afternoon on the BBC.
Standing by now for the non-stop Ollies, chosen by Paul Carton. Hello, Paul, from Thames Ditton in Surrey.
Just a poor boy, though my story is seldom told. I squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of the railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. La-la-la, la-la-la-la. Asking only workmen's wages, I come looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just to come on from the wars on 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome I took some comfort there. La 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 la. on going home, where the New York City winters are bleeding me, bleeding me, going home. In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminders of every glove that laid him down or cut him till he cried out in his anger and his shame, I am leaving, but the fighter still remains.
To you live from Wogan House here in the West End of London. This is Steve Wright in the afternoon playing the non-stop oldies chosen by Paul Carton from Thames Ditton in Surrey. And this is Simon and Garfunkel, The Boxer, followed by ABBA Dancing Queen. Stay with us.
Now, the non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
See that girl
Dancing Queen ABBA on the non-stop oldies. Right then. Hello, Righty. I live in the village of Thames Ditton, says Paul Carton from Thames Ditton, near Hampton Court, with my wonderful wife Claire and our two fantastic children, Isabella, age 13, and Thomas, age 11. Thomas is a sports-mad Arsenal fan and is into every electronic device you can think of. Isabella loves school, her friends, is just perfectly zany and loves life to the full. And I'm very lucky that my wife Claire puts up with me. I'm in a Glasgow. I am a Glasgow boy originally, being fortunate enough to be born there in 1965. I also went to uni in Glasgow and for much of my childhood was brought up in and around Kilmarnock, home of Johnny Walker's whiskey. Generations of my family worked there until it shut down around 5 years back. Can I say quick hello to my mum and dad? That's Mary and Andrew back in Scotland, as well as the in-laws and all the relations and friends back home too. It was really hard to pick these oldies because there are so many songs that remind me of special times and places, but I hope you and your listeners enjoy the ones I finally decided on. Thanks for playing my oldies. Paul Carton from Thames Ditton. Together, just me and you. Where's the talky bit? It's gone. Here he is. The non-stop oldies now, The Who and Pinball Wizard.
Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From plays a mean pinball. He stands like a statue, becomes part of the machine, feeling all the bumpers, always plays clean, plays by intuition, the digit counters fall, that deaf, dumb and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. He's a pinball wizard, there has to be a twist. A pinball wizard's got such a supple wrist. How do you think he does? I don't know. What makes him so good? Ain't got no distractions, can't hear no buzzes and bells. Don't see no lights are flashing, plays by sense of smell. Always gets a replay, never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. I thought I was the body table king, and I just handed my pinball crown to him. Even on my favorite table, he can't beat my best. His disciples needed him, and he just does the rest. He's not crazy, flipper fingers, never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball. Watch it. I was born in a drive-by hurricane, and I howled at the morning driving rain. But it's alright. The fact is a guess, but it's alright. I'm jumping jellyfish, it's a guess, guess, guess. I was raised by a toothless bearded head. I was schooled with a strap right across my back. But it's alright. The fact
Rolling Stones. Paul Carton from Thames Ditton is picking these. Isn't that right, Keith?
The most solid cat.
That's right. What'd you say?
The most solid
It's
cat.
a solid cat.
It's hit after hit, the non-stop oldies every
Dirty old river, must you keep rolling, flowing into the night? People so busy, make me feel dizzy. Taxi light shines so bright, but I don't need no friend. As long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window. Chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset time. Waterloo sunset time. Terry meets Julie, Waterloo Station, every Friday night. But I am so lazy, don't want to wonder. I stay at home at night. But I don't feel afraid. As long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window. Chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Millions of people swarming like flies round Waterloo underground. But Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. And they don't need no friends. As long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset, they are in paradise.
They are in paradise. These are superb oldies. Kinks, Waterloo Sunset. That's chosen by Paul Carton from Thames Ditton in Surrey.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that had been away haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. 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 Boys are back in town.
taking what she'd got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't wanna know, forget her. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. 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 Spread the word around. Guess who's back in town? Friday night they'll be dressed to kill down at Dino's Bar and Grill. The drink will flow and blood will spill. And if the boys wanna fight, you better let them. That jukebox in the corner blasting out my favorite song. The nights are getting warmer, it won't be long. Won't be long till summer comes. Now that the boys are here again.
Top of the afternoon to you. I say top of the afternoon, it's already dark. Almost. Lights on, I think. Steve, me and my mummy and my sister Hannah are driving home from Liverpool after seeing our beautiful grandma. Now to see our daddy Alan. We're officially driving home for Christmas. Loving the show. Good afternoon, Steve and team. You're playing some cracking tunes there, keeping us sane on the drive home from a whirlwind trip too, and then doesn't say anything. I don't know where you've been. Steve and team, can you give a big shout out to us driving home to South Cumbria from a hectic couple of days down in Devon? Merry Christmas from Tony, Sandra and George. What else we got here? Hello. Steve, give me a shout out. I'm at the laundrette. Tumble drying my towels, and the owner's doing some odd jobs with Radio 2 playing. That's probably too much information. That's Sharon in Stafford. Thank you very much, Sharon. And this one says, Stephen Team, Brill Show. As always, can you say hi to Dan and Tom, delivering sofas just in time for Christmas? Cheers, mate. Thank you. Rowan's coming on soon.
And I'd like to place an advert in the personal columns. All right. Friend of Albert with the cream and blue Citroen. For your safety's sake, urgently contact Maigret at home, 132 Boulevard Richard-Lenoir. Discretion assured.
Brilliant. Now, here's Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. Strathaven, the A71 on the eastbound side. Now, it's still closed with this accident between the A726 at Castle Street and the Stonehouses turn, so police are there directing traffic. Now, the A65 at Crooklands is still closed both ways with this lost load between the A590 and the turning for Lupton. More problems for the M1. Now, the M1 northbound at 33 for Catcliffe, Sheffield and Rotherham in the roadworks. There's an overturned vehicle, so you've got 2 lanes closed, and it's including the hard shoulder. The M1 southbound, first of all, 25 to 24A, so to Derby, there's a broken down vehicle blocking 1 lane towards the A50. Further down, the M1 southbound is still closed between 21 at Leicester and the M69 to 20 at Lutterworth. There is a signed diversion which is extremely busy. The northbound at M1 is now open. Just a quick update on the A556 between the M6 at junction 19 and the M56 and Altrincham. The A556, because the roadworks at Bucklow Hill and beyond, when they're doing all that work, you've got very heavy traffic in both directions, taking people sometimes half an hour to do that stretch. It looks actually a little bit easier now, but if you're heading towards me in either direction, you're likely to get caught in that, so give yourself time. Other problems on the M6 southbound, accident between 7 and 6 down towards Spaghetti Junction. All lanes are open now following that bump, but it's still extremely slow. A142 at Meepal south of March, we've got it closed for investigation work, which is between Long Highway and the Ely Road at Sutton. The A1 northbound at Gateshead. Now, I'm getting reports of an accident. Now, it's either on the A1 itself or it's onto the A1 at the Metro Centre. I'm waiting for confirmation of this, but around the Metro Centre, expect disruption. It's not just shopping traffic. M25, we've still got anti-clockwise between 3 and 2, 1 lane closed towards the Darrenth interchange. M20, now the M20, if you want to know the eastbound problems at 11A for the Channel Tunnel, traffic is queuing, so it's because of lorries waiting to go to the Channel Tunnel. They're queuing back onto the hard shoulder. If you're not going off onto the Channel Tunnel and you're not a lorry, you can go past that lane of traffic traffic and get off the M20. Just be careful. M4 eastbound, car fire 18 to 17. Bath to Chippenham, the M4 has now finally reopened. And then just a quick update on the M5 through Bridgewater, both ways, because the roadworks. Expect delays, and I'll be back with more 25 minutes.
Thank you, the Bobster.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Ready or not, here I come. You can hide. Gonna find you and make you happy. Ready or not, here I come. You can hide. Gonna love you and make you love me. Yes. You can run away from this love I've got, oh baby. Hey baby, 'cause I got enough love. Anywhere you go, my heart wants to know. Hey baby, you can hide from love. Ready or not, here I come. You can gonna find you and keep you happy. Ready or not, here I come. You can gonna love you and make you love me. Ready or not, here I come. You can hide. Ready or not, here I come. You can hide. Ready or not, here I
Do you know, they should use that on a commercial. And now we're back for Factoids. Janie Lee Grace.
Doctors who used the first type of stethoscope carried them under their top hat.
Did you know that ostriches can outrun a horse? So why don't they have ostrich races?
Well, I think they do in some parts of the world. Yes, they do.
Do they?
It's very difficult to get the jockey on board, though. Well, to get him on board's okay. Getting him to stay there's more difficult.
They got one hell of a neck, haven't they?
They do have, yeah. Imagine getting the reins round it.
Yeah, it sounds cruel.
In Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, he mentions husky chips of potato fried with some reluctant drops of oil. It is the earliest known reference to chips.
Oh my goodness. So here it comes. Ding, 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 ding. That is the theme to Miami Vice, as you can hear. Now I'm talking about flamingos. When Miami Vice comes on, there's all flamingos out there, flamingos.
Oh, the old TV series, yes, that's
The old
right.
TV series,
and
yeah.
something frightens them and they all fly off,
Yeah.
don't they? Yeah.
And then Phil Collins comes on.
Why is that a factoid?
Oh, well, I'm just going to tell you. How many years can a flamingo live up to?
22.
No, I would think they might live 30 years.
80 years a flamingo.
Wow.
It's good, isn't it?
Amazing. In 1975, a chest containing many works of 19th century literature, including poems by Byron and Shelley, was discovered in a London bank.
Good grief.
According to recent research, people older than 65 are more likely to put mustard and ketchup together on a hot dog
no.
than people under 65.
On a hot dog? No, I don't think so. Just either one or the other.
No, I quite like them mixed up, you know.
Oh, no.
You'd, by the way, never have brown sauce with a hot dog.
Oh,
No.
brown sauce.
I don't think that should ever happen.
Well, it's illegal.
Factoids.
And now, it's Gentleman Jim. Silver Bells on Radio 2.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile, and on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells.
Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all this bustle, you hear
Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Oh, that's brilliant. Jim Reeves, 20 to 4.
Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Rowan Atkinson is with us. I was just telling Rowan we're all completely harmless here.
Well, I heard that.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why I'm here.
Merry Christmas to you. How are you?
Fine, actually. I'm well. I've just come back from Budapest, where we've been making some more of the Maigret, things about which I'm sure we will talk.
And what are you telling me, that it's not made in Paris?
No, it's not. It's made in Budapest. I'm sure there's some financial incentive for going to Budapest and doing what we do there. But also, actually, it just looks far more like Paris in 1955 than Paris does.
Is there an Eiffel Tower in Budapest?
No, we have to paint that in afterwards.
Don't tell us that.
No, I'm sorry. No, there's quite a bit of what I believe they call CGI at work.
It still looks great, though.
It does.
Yeah, it
looks
does.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Tell us about the car. It's a Citroen, you were telling me off
It's
the
a Citroen traction avant, which means, I believe, front-wheel drive.
Right.
So it was pretty radical. In the 1930s, a 1930s car with front-wheel drive was a rarity, and I don't know if it's actually mentioned in the books, but it was certainly used in the old black and white Maigrets of the early 60s with Rupert Davis playing the part. I think that was his name. And he had this particular Citroen, and so we've continued the tradition till today.
Now, is it a car that, as the character as Maigret, that you like to drive, or would you rather drive one of your own?
Maigret doesn't drive, supposedly. In the books, we have the son of the original author, Georges Simenon, called Jean, and he's our executive producer, and he keeps an eagle eye on things Maigret, and he says he wouldn't have this kind of pipe, he would have that kind of pipe, and he doesn't drive at all. I think we could just say, well, actually, he did drive, it's just that in the books he didn't.
He steps out of cars, though.
Yes, he gets driven. He gets driven about by some kind of underling. He gets about, so yeah, he has transport, but he often travels by metro. That's the other thing.
That's really sad, because obviously well documented your love of cars.
Yes.
I'd like to think that maybe you take it for a quiet spin around the block sometimes when no one's looking.
Well, I haven't yet. Cars of the mid-1950s, unless they're definitely sporting cars, they're pretty clunky old things,
difficult
really.
to drive?
Not that difficult. No, but just not very satisfying. I prefer the sportier car, as you may know, Tony.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
and a traction avant is a very beautiful car, I think, lovely flowing lines. Sorry, we should stop talking about cars. I'm going down a bit of a cul-de-sac here.
No, but it's okay. I've got you. So listen, when you got the role, did you have an idea of how you wanted to play him as opposed to how he's been played in the past in movies and on television?
I didn't have a very good idea, and that in many ways has been the big challenge for me. I actually found it quite difficult to play the part, not because it's serious, because actually I find playing serious roles as easy or difficult, depending on your definition, as playing comic roles. I think the job of playing serious is the same as the job of playing comic. You're just trying to find a credible character and thereby to tell a story. But what I found very difficult about Maigret is his ordinariness. He's a very ordinary guy. He doesn't have a French accent, he doesn't have a limp, he doesn't have a drug problem, he doesn't have terrible problems at home. He's just an ordinary guy doing a rather extraordinary job of trying to solve murder mysteries in Paris in the mid-1950s. And so that's what I found difficult. In fact, it was something that my friend, the screenwriter Richard Curtis, said to me before I took on the role. He said, you do realise that you'll have to play closer to yourself than you've ever played before. And this is something that I've generally tried to avoid doing. I don't like being myself. I prefer characters who have more flaws and more eccentricities. And so that's been the challenge for me, is to be ordinary and also credible and convincing.
But you must be, just to divert off for a bit, you must be very proud of all the characters that you've come up with over the years. I mean, especially Mr. Bean and others that you've created yourself and that become you when you're doing them. They're so well honed and they're so brilliant that you must be very proud of them.
Well, I think that I did them okay, and they seem to work.
Did them okay?
They seem to find an audience and still find audiences. And I enjoyed the contrast between the characters that I played, that I enjoyed the fact that the Blackadder is a completely different acting job to playing Mr. Bean. The two things are far removed and, of course, have quite different audiences, actually. That's an odd thing for an actor to realise that he's got quite distinct audiences for all the characters that he plays.
Did you ever think that something like Mr. Bean would go as global as it is even now? And cartoons and all the rest of it?
Well, I wouldn't say that it came as a shock, because actually that was some of the inspiration for putting him on television in the first place, because Mr. Bean was a character that we used to do on stage in the comedy reviews that I used to do in the 70s and 80s. And I remember going to Venice in 1985 and looking around, and you were so aware of the common interests of all the tourists there, and you were so aware when you see CD shops or something, as they were at the time, and you saw the Duran Duran and Phil Collins and all these people presumed global audiences because it was music and there was no language barrier, at least in theory. And I thought, well, how odd that in comedy we don't presume that. We don't presume an international audience. We assume we're just going to entertain people in our own nation. And yet, because we had been developing this visual comedy character in our live shows, that I thought, well, actually, I think he could have a global outreach. And it turned out to be the case. But still, the success has been a very pleasant surprise, but I wouldn't say it's been a shock, because that was some of the reason for doing it.
Yeah. We'll come back in just a moment with Rowan Atkinson. Please don't go away. We're going to talk about the new episode of May Gray, which is on Christmas Day on ITV at 9 p.m. Don't go away, everyone. Rowan's here. Rowan Atkinson is back with us. Well, now we're talking about May Gray's Dead Man. This is a series of murderous attacks on 3 wealthy farms in the Picardy region in northern France. This is the Christmas episode, so talk me a little further into it, please.
Oh, crumbs. Now, I'm wondering if I can remember the plot as well as I should. Yes, and I don't want to give too much away. It's a sort of link between two murders. The fact that a man is thrown out of a car in the middle of Paris, and separately, there's this gang going around farmhouses in Picardy, murdering everyone and stealing all their worldly goods. And the story is about how these two become linked, and it's Maigray's infatuation with the dead man, where he's from, why he's dressed the way he is, why he's just been thrown out of a car. They assume it's a gangland killing, but he's not sure it is, and sure enough it turned out not to be. There was a specific reason for getting rid of him. So, without giving too much away, that's the essence of the story.
Crikey, I nearly cut you off there. Don't
Stop.
ruin my Christmas day, Rome, please.
But how it happens, that's the important thing.
Okay. Had you always wanted to play a police officer or a private investigator, something like that?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty standard fare in television drama. As you know, TV detectives are pretty commonplace. Certainly, I wanted to do some drama of some kind. I wasn't necessarily wedded to it being a detective drama, but I wanted to do something, and when we got in touch with ITV, they happened, coincidentally, to be developing Maigret, because they did one in the early 90s with Michael Gambon, and they did one in the early 60s with, as I say, Rupert Davis, but they were wanting to revisit it because there was a very good script by Stuart Harcourt being bandied about, and they thought it would be a good idea.
How do you feel about having to go around and promote it? Because you are quite a private guy, private man, I know, and you don't like being out and about and the focus of attention. And the reason for that, obviously, is that you need to be observant and do your work, right?
Yeah, I like to keep myself to myself, but I wasn't doing much today, so...
So we're honoured.
So you stopped by?
So I literally stopped by. I'm just going on to somewhere quite close. So it all seemed to tie in.
So it's okay then?
It's all fine, yeah.
Yeah. And he said, prying into his private life, what are you doing for Christmas? I'm not going to ask you out or anything, don't worry.
I'm not absolutely sure. I'm going to deflect that. You see.
Okay, yes, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
So sorry to be so deflective.
No, but will you be here or abroad or maybe a bit of both? Or
Don't tell
Yeah,
him.
exactly. Don't say a word. I expect to be in Britain.
Okay. Where were you the night off?
Where are you going to be on the 3rd of January? I'm not telling you.
Fair enough.
He'll be in Paris. He's a French detective.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. I've got work to do.
Well, wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. It's very nice to revisit. I can't remember the last time I was here.
I think it must have been about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5. Gracious.
Yeah, really. Well, you should come by more often. In fact, why don't you come be a co-host?
No, I wouldn't presume. No, I don't like being myself, Steve. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. You can see Rowan Atkinson in Maigray's Dead Man on Christmas Day on ITV. It's at 9 p.m. Merry Christmas, Rowan. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
And Merry Christmas to you.
Rowan Atkinson. Thank you.
Thank you.
I come from down in the valley where, mister, when you're young, they bring you up to do like your daddy done. Me and Mary, we met in high school, and she was just 17. We drive out of this valley down to where the fields were green. We go down to the river, and into the river we dive. Oh, down to the river we ride. Then I got married pregnant, and man, that was all she wrote. And for my 19th birthday, I got a union card and a wedding coat. We went down to the courthouse, and the judge put it all to rest. No wedding day smiles, no walk down the aisle, no flowers, no wedding dress. That night we went down to the river, then into the river we dive. Oh, down to the river we did ride. Yeah, yeah. got a job working construction for the Johnstown Company. But lately there ain't been much work on account of the economy. Now all them things that seem so important, well, mister, they vanished right into the air. Now I just act like I don't remember. Mary acts like she don't care. But I remember us riding in my brother's car, her body tan and wet down at the reservoir. At night on them banks I'd lie awake, then pull her close just to feel each breath she'd take. Now those memories come back to haunt me. They haunt me like a curse. Is a dream alive that don't come true? Or is it something worse that sends me down to the river? Oh, I know the river is dry. That sends me down to the river tonight. Down to the river, my baby and I. Oh, down to the river, be right.
The River. It's Bruce Springsteen. Hey, Steve, thanks for playing The River last night. Rex von Lohenstern. I don't know. 5 to 4. Here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to Strathaven, the A71. Now, the A71 eastbound is closed with this accident between the A726 Castle Street at Strathaven and the Melbourne Road at Stonehouse. So police are there, still directed traffic. Now, the M1. So first of all, northbound, 2 lanes are closed at 33 for Sheffield and Catcliffe because of an overturned vehicle. They're still in the process of recovering. It might have actually been recovered. They were nearly there, but it hadn't happened yet. But you still got heavy traffic up towards 33. Also, the M1 southbound, 25 to 24A down towards Derby, the A50. There's broken down vehicles. You've got queues there. And the M1 southbound is still shut between 21 and 20 down towards Lutterworth. The A1 problems now at Gateshead on the northbound side. There was an accident near the Metro Centre. Thank you for so many calls on this. Now, it looks like all lanes are open now, but you've still got busy traffic both ways. But all lanes have finally reopened, so some good news there. The M6, if you're heading down onto the M6, it's actually looking really well. If you're down towards 7 and 6, down towards Spaghetti Junction, there are a couple of accidents. You've still got heavy traffic moving through there, but things have got a lot better. A142 south of March, the A142 at Meepal. We've got investigation work continues to close the road between Meepal and the Ely Road at Sutton, so give yourself time for that. M25 clockwise a little bit busy in patches between 13 and 16, anti-clockwise 13 to 11. There was a breakdown between Clackett Lane Services and 6 for Godstone. That's gone, but it still looks slow past that patch. And anti-clockwise between 3 and 2 to the Dartmouth interchange. There is still one lane closed there with an accident. The M4 eastbound all reopened between 18 and 17 towards Chippenham, and then finally to the M20 on the eastbound route, that's coastbound. So first of all, if you're 7 for the A249, there was an accident at the bottom of Detling Hill on the M20. They held all the traffic for a while, so that is all working its way through, but all lanes are open. Further down at the Channel Tunnel on the eastbound route at 11A, now it's queuing with lorries waiting to get into the Channel Tunnel. It's queuing back onto the main carriageway. You can go past that and still get off on the M20 if you're not a lorry going towards the Channel Tunnel, but still delays. Back with more, half an hour.
Thank you.
Teenage dreams so hard to beat. Every time she walks down the street, another girl in the neighborhood. Wish she was mine, she looks so good. I wanna hold her tight. Get teenage kicks right through the night. I'm gonna call her on the telephone. Have her over 'cause I'm all alone. I need a
that Undertones and Teenage Kicks on Steve Wright in the afternoon. Coming up next hour, Showbiz Cuts, Will Smith, Helen Mirren. There's Tim, there's Bobby, there's Janie Justine, and the sports guy, guests Sir Cliff, and Nigel Kennedy. Social media, a Carol and the Factoids. United Kingdom, across planet Earth. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Justine Green. The German Chancellor Angela Merkel has visited the site of the Christmas market in Berlin, where 12 people were killed last night. Dozens of others were injured when a lorry crashed into a crowded square. Mrs. Merkel has described what happened as a terrorist attack. The police in Berlin have said they can't be certain that a man arrested, who's believed to be from Pakistan, was the driver of the vehicle used. He's denied involvement. Berlin's police chief Klaus Kant said there was a chance the attacker was still at large.
It's
possible that there is a dangerous criminal on the loose, and people are obviously worried. I think we need to be vigilant, not only Berliners themselves, but also we as police. So that means we have more police on the streets and can act if necessary.
Several police forces around the UK, including Scotland Yard, are reviewing security arrangements for public events over the Christmas period. The Met said its plans already recognised that the threat level was severe, meaning that an attack was highly likely, and had considered a range of threats, including the use of large vehicles. Theresa May has told MPs that any transitional arrangements put in place after Brexit will not be an excuse to delay the UK leaving the European Union. Appearing before the Commons Liaison Committee, the Prime Minister announced plans to set out more details of her approach to Brexit and her hopes of creating a truly global Britain in a speech early in the new year. She denied claims that it could take a decade to achieve a new trade deal with the EU after Brexit.
We do want to make this arrangement, get this arrangement in place, so that people can move on to the new relationship that they will have with the United Kingdom. And I think there is a willingness there to undertake this on that basis.
The government in Edinburgh has published its plan on how Scotland could remain in the EU's single market if the rest of the UK leaves after Brexit. The proposals include the transfer of significant new powers from Westminster to Holyrood. Downing Street said it fundamentally opposed a different deal for Scotland. And the Queen is stepping down as patron of 25 national organisations. She's severing her links with charities and sports associations, including the NSPCC, Barnardo's and the Lawn Tennis Association. But the Queen, who's 90, will remain patron of hundreds of other bodies. Our royal correspondent Peter Hunt says the move is designed to lighten her workload.
The Queen is 90, she won't retire, she won't abdicate, she believes she has a sacred duty, a pact with God ever since her coronation, and so they've been working to lighten the load, and we've seen this in the fact that she will not do any long-haul travel, there are fewer investitures where she has to stand as a 90-year-old for up to an hour, there are fewer public engagements, and those sort of amendments will carry on in the coming months and years, and she'll continue to delegate, but obviously, crucially, she'll continue to reign.
And that's the BBC News at 4:03 on Next at 5.
Thank you, Justine. Over to you, sports guy.
Yes, Petra Kvitova says she's lucky to be alive after fending off a knife attack at her home in the Czech Republic. The two-time Wimbledon champion injured her racket-holding left hand in the attack and is having potentially career-saving surgery. It won't be clear how bad her injury is until she's had that operation, but she has described it as severe. England's cricketers suffered a heavy defeat in Chennai to hand India the series 4-0. They lost the fifth test test by an innings and 75 runs. Alistair Cook says he'll now take time to consider whether to step down as England captain. Newcastle midfielder John Joe Shelvey has been banned for 5 games and fined £100,000 after being found guilty of using racially abusive language against Wolves player Romain Saiss in September. Huddersfield Town boss David Wagner has turned down an offer to be the new head coach of Bundesliga side Wolfsburg. And tonight in the Scottish Premiership, Celtic can go 14 points clear if they beat Partick Thistle.
Thanks, sports guy.
Getting paid by the hour and older by the minute. My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something, I think I'll just call it a day. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. This lunch break is gonna take all afternoon and half the night. Tomorrow morning I know there'll be hell to pay. Hey, but that's alright. I ain't had a day off now in over a year. My Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. If the phone's for me, you can tell them I just sailed away. And pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Myself in a cab and be back to work before 2. At a moment like this, I can't help but wonder, what would Jimmy Buffett do?
Funny you should ask, Alan. I'd say, pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. Something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
It's a Jimmy Buffett classic. Jimmy Buffett, Alan Jackson. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Can we have a shout out? We're working in the Larkin Student Hub at the Uni of Hull, and it feels like we are the last souls on the planet in here. Thank you from Sarah, Val and Paula. No, you're not. You got us with you.
This Christmas Day on BBC One.
I'm Father Christmas's helper.
You can come in as long as you don't ring that bell. We've half a dozen newborns trying to get their beauty sleep.
Follow the midwives as they head to the Eastern Cape.
The clinic is so understaffed, it may have to close altogether. That is why we have been asked to send a small working party out there.
4 weeks in South Africa.
They'll be doing the same job.
Baby! Baby coming!
With some very different challenges.
Oh, what?
Spider!
Ah! Our complexions are going to turn to pudding in this climate.
Call the Midwife Christmas Special. Christmas Day at 8 on BBC One.
Merry Christmas from Radio 2. You're on the BBC. On Twitter, hashtag Ryan Gosling is trending as people talk about his films La La Land and Blade Runner. Victoria tweets, has anyone seen the trailer for Blade Runner? So excited about hashtag Ryan Gosling. Ethan tweets, can Ryan Gosling be any more perfect? Over on Facebook, people are talking about Last Tango in Halifax, which returned last night for a two-part special, the second of which is on tonight. And Dick Van Dyke, who of course taught Chaz and Dave everything they know about, how to speak, how to do proper Cockney, has confirmed that he'll appear in the sequel to Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins Returns. Is this a good idea? Will star Emily Blunt in the lead role and is due for release Christmas Day 2018. Benedict Cumberbatch says he tries to stay clear of fan theories and online conspiracies about Sherlock. He says he loves how involved fans get in the show, but likes to keep his independence from it. And the stars of Collateral Beauty have been talking about it ahead of its release on Boxing Day. Will Smith plays a successful advertising executive called Howard, whose life is hit by a tragedy when he loses his daughter. And Will says that events in his own life coincided with preparing for the role.
What was beautiful is I got the screenplay. I said yes to the screenplay, and, then my father was diagnosed. So during the time that he was having to confront, and we were having to confront his mortality, I was preparing the character. So we were doing it together. So we were able to have conversations, and if they got a little too heavy, we'd shift to talking character. So it was such a beautiful way to deal with and to develop the character.
Now, Edward Norton plays one of Howard's friends and says that Collateral Beauty is ultimately a feel-good film.
To me, this is a film in the tradition of things like It's a Wonderful Life or Terms of Endearment, things that just sort of grapple with what's hard, what's scary, and make you feel pretty good in the end.
Will Smith's character seeks answers from the universe by handwriting letters to the concepts of love, time and death. Helen Mirren plays Death, but she really wasn't sure about the film at the start.
I just thought, oh my God, this could be a disaster. Because it was so unexpected. What the story's about was kind of unexpected. The way in which the story was told was unexpected. The form of it was unexpected, and I thought this could either be kind of cool and kind of good, or it could be an absolute disaster.
And we'll have Will Smith and Edward Norton on this show on Thursday to talk about that movie. 4:12, and a lot of people have been saying, can you play something silly, boy? Here it is. It's Hanson. little smashing announcement here. Wonderful news to share. Lisa from Drive Time and John, our booker producer on this show, had a baby girl, Lyra May Dutton, born 9:55 a.m. this morning. Congratulations! Yeah! Fantastic news. We haven't got a weight yet, but everyone is doing okay, and Lyra is absolutely perfect. Congratulations, Lisa, John, and Rose. And by the way, John, is Friday booked yet? Brilliant.
On your digital radio.
6 Music.
Matt Everett's The First Time. Dreaming of owning his first guitar, his band The Move, founding ELO and Wizard's first live show.
That was the first gig we ever did, Wembley Stadium.
These are the pivotal first moments in the career of Roy Wood.
Me and Jeff did a mix of 10538 in quad. Cellos whizzing around the room and everything was fabulous.
From 60s rock through prog and then the makeup and wild hair of glam.
Me rolling around the stage, biting the heads off guitars and that, you know.
And that song.
We really had a laugh doing it. It comes out, I think, on the record somehow.
Matt Everett's The First Time. With Roy Wood, Christmas Day at 1 on BBC Radio 6 Music.
Dawn it breaks, it's Christmas Day. The snow it falls, the sky is grey. Here I am, but you're so far away. So I'm gonna dream of you when Christmas was just we two. Now I'm just a lonely fool, and I know you'll never feel the way I feel. Though it isn't real, it's better to dream. Days seem longer than they are, just waiting for my wishing star, so I can drift away to where you are. 'Cause that's when I dream of you, when Christmas sees me with you, and not as a lonely fool who dreams one day you'll feel the way I feel. Though it isn't real, it's better to dream. So I dream of Christmas Day, when you come back to me and say, I never should have gone, I'm here to stay. So I lay me down and dream of you, when Christmas sees me with you, and not as a lonely fool who dreams one day you'll feel the way I feel. Though it isn't real, you never will be mine. So here at Christmas time, it's better to dream.
That is Cliff's current single, and brilliant it is, and Cliff Richard is here. Well, first of all, can I wish you a Merry Christmas?
You can, and Merry Christmas to all three of you as well, and everybody listening, of course.
Absolutely. Now, Cliff just told us something that I'm not sure if we believe it or not, because at time of recording, Cliff was marginally late. It's not his fault, it's London traffic. And then he said he's going to start using the tube, right?
Well, yes, because I tried it from Greenwich. And it only takes 22 minutes to get to Green Park.
That's right.
That's the sort of centre of London, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So I'm going on the tube mostly because somebody said Paul McCartney uses the tube, apparently.
I don't think so.
Well, the story goes that he does use the tube, and this person came up to him and said, hey, wait a minute, you're Paul McCartney, aren't you? And he said, what, Paul McCartney?
No.
What would Paul McCartney be doing on a tube? Now, look, wait for this, though. My third trip on the tube, fortunately, they all got their earpieces in.
You didn't
They're
start
all doing the
busking, did you?
iPads. Yeah. No, but this woman said, you're Cliff Richard, aren't you? And I said, oh, come on, what would I be doing on a tube? And I went, oh, my God. I couldn't believe it.
It's brilliant.
I couldn't believe how stupid I could be.
Let me just do the stuff here. Sir Cliff Richard is one of the biggest musical stars of all time, with more than 250 million record sales worldwide. He's also scored 2 Christmas #1 singles as a solo artist for Mistletoe and Wine in 1988 and Saviour's Day, of course, 1990. Now, Cliff is back with another Christmas single, It's Better to Dream, which you just heard, and that appears on Cliff's new album, Just Fabulous Rock and Roll. It's been released as a special edition Christmas card, by the way, which includes the CD single and written message from Sir Cliff himself. Now, the album has got some great songs on it, and even Elvis is on one of the tracks with you, right?
Yes, he is. Well, it was a dream of mine to do something with Elvis. But, you know, when Elvis died, all that went out the window. There's no way. But now technology says, no, you can. You must have played that Natalie Cole sang with her dad.
Yeah.
That was incredible because Nat King Cole was way before Elvis. And yet they were able to take his voice off. I don't know how they did it, but certainly with Elvis, we just removed the music. And because it's digital now, we could slow the tempo down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I changed the intro because when Carl Perkins wrote it, he wrote it the way we did it now. You know, well, it's 1 for the money, go down, down, 2 for the show, down, down. Elvis went, well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show. So we just paid a tribute to Carl Perkins, slowed it down a little bit, and I sing with the king.
There's going to be Elvis up next. You messed with my tempo.
He'll be all right with it. Now, here's the thing, because you always wanted to be Elvis, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot of people wanted to be like him, but I found more and more I was waking up from a dream where I was him. You know, where you wake up thinking, no, I am Elvis. But the good thing about that period was that most of us were so bowled over by what came out of America. It was the birth of a whole new thing. Before Elvis and Fats Domino and those other greats, it was Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby. Nothing wrong with those guys either.
Yeah.
But even the Beatles. I've always said if there had been no Elvis, there could never have been a Cliff Richard. And I dare to say, I don't think there have been a Beatles either. They were influenced by exactly the same people.
Yeah.
Even though they started 5 years after the Shadows and I did, they were the same age as us. So they'd have heard all of the Elvis stuff, Little Richard, Buddy Holly, Everly Brothers, all classic. When you say great songs on this album,
yeah, really are.
There are so many of that period, that genre of music, really classic stuff. This music, it's on my jukebox. If I do another rock and roll album, the first thing I'll do is go to my jukebox and go and look through all the titles and go, I've already seen one. Do you remember that one by the Ad-Libs? You know, ooh, cool, cool kitty. Tell
New
them
York
about
City.
the boy from New York City.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, that's got to be on it.
Oh, that's great.
So no one wants me to do one just yet, but if they do, that's going to be on the album.
Volume 2.
It'll be a whole series of these.
Well, I didn't realise record companies don't like the word volume very much, particularly nowadays when people are looking up. I did the Fabulous Rock and Roll Songbook, and they didn't want a volume 2 because sometimes if they put Rock and Roll Songbook, it would come up on the first album. That's why we changed the title slightly and we called this new album Just Fabulous Rock and Roll.
And I like a track that's not too raucous. I like Butterfly quite a lot.
Well, that's the Charlie Gracie.
I don't think I know that song, actually.
Well, I'm not quite sure if Charlie had a hit here. Certainly Andy Williams had a hit with Butterfly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. But I think Charlie wrote it. He did Fabulous. Remember Fabulous? Well, it's fabulous.
Now I do, yeah, I think. Now you put it like that. Let's listen then to Butterfly. We're back with Cliff in just a moment. Here it comes.
You tell me you love me, you say you'll be true, then you fly around with somebody new. When I'm crazy about you, you butterfly. You're treating me mean, you're making me cry. I made up my mind to tell you goodbye, but I'm no good without you, you butterfly. Well, I knew from the first time I kissed you that you were the troubling kind, 'cause the honey that drips from your sweet lips, one taste and I'm out of my mind. Oh, I love you so much, I know what I'll do, I'm clipping your wings, you're flying us through, 'cause I'm crazy about you, you butterfly.
Back after Butterfly with That's Cliff Richard talking about his new Christmas single and new album and tour. Let me ask you this, Cliff. Why are you obsessed? You've always been obsessed with chart positions and Christmas number ones and all of that. And I mean this lovingly, you know that. Why? You've achieved anything that anybody could possibly achieve.
I've come to terms with the fact that the chances of having another number one are pretty remote. For a start, of talking with the record company, with Sony, and saying that everything is streaming now. And I said, what is that? How do they work the charts out if it's streaming? And Better to Dream, it's never going to be a number one.
Okay, it's another one. Why are you ambitious still?
I like singing and I like making music. I like going on tour. And I don't know of any single artist that ever made a record that didn't want it to go to number one.
Well, that's true.
I mean, it's just the way it is. And of course, what you have to realize, and I've tried to say this over the years, some of the young guys come in, and gals, and they go to number one. And then they have a number three and they think, oh my God, this is a flop. The career's over. I've had, I think, 14 or maybe 16 number ones, but I've had 36 top 5 hits. I've had 120 top 30 hits. That's what a career is built on, I think.
Yeah.
In my humble estimation, that's what gives you a career. Because I think some of these guys that are singing today, and gals, they are so much better than we were at that stage of our careers.
Really?
Well, they've been influenced, even if they don't know it, by 60 years of fabulous pop rock music.
But I think also with you, I mean, live shows have been a huge part of it. Amazing, loyal fans. You give them exactly what they want, and you're always out on the road.
Yeah, and they've got to have that supply of hits to be able to give them what they want. There are some songs, for instance, which I sometimes would like to leave out because I've sung them every show I've ever done. Move It, no, I think I'd always want to sing Move It, the first record I made. But you know, there are things like Summer Holiday, Living Doll, Congratulations, and stuff like that. You just have to find a way of feeding it in to the concerts because they have become people's memories.
Evergreen Tree. That's what I want to hear.
Oh, do you know, I had someone stop me the other day. Where was it? A security man somewhere. And he just went, oh, darling, will all love be like an evergreen tree. But I'm surprised you know that one because it was never released here as a single.
Me and My Shadows, that was the album, right?
Yes, it was.
My dad got me that album years ago.
And that record, that track was a huge hit in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, in Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur.
Only you would know that. How have you been in the past? I'm not going to go there, as it were, just to ask you how you got through it.
Well, I have a lot of friends, you know, and I feel so much stronger in my belief these days because it was such a despairing time. Because you think to yourself, why is this happening to me? And will I ever be able to just come back and do what I do?
Yeah.
But it's when you go to bed at night, close your eyes, last thing you think about, and the first thing you think about when you wake up.
Because you're alone with your
this.
thoughts then, aren't you, I suppose?
Yeah.
And that's when you have to be really strong, I guess.
That's when I prayed a lot. But it's in the past.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping as I go moving along, it'll be further and further in the past, but it will be with me forever.
And so we move on to the Just Fabulous Rock and Roll UK 2017 tour dates. This is for Cliff. Saturday, 17th of June. East Nordcastle, Herefordshire, Stansted Park, Hampshire, Sunday 18th, and then on to Walcott Hall and Catton Hall in Derbyshire and Lincoln Castle in Lincolnshire and Euston Hall in Suffolk and Harewood House in Leeds and Open Air Theatre in Scarborough. Then July, the Old Royal Naval College, Greenwich, London. More or less where I was born, old friend.
I'm going to go by tube.
yeah. That's why you were checking out Greenwich.
I was checking it out, yeah.
You can get the DLR down there as well. Sunday 2nd, Old Royal Naval College in Greenwich, London. Now, this is you doing these rock and roll songs, yeah?
The last tour I did last year, I did 2 or 3 of them just to sort of introduce the album. So I'll probably do those and maybe add 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
The problem is that if you add songs, you have to take something out. And I find it hard to drop Miss Unites and Devil Woman and We Don't Talk Anymore and Dreaming. But I'll have to be pretty vicious about it.
I think you're going to have to do a 4-hour show.
I was just about to say that. You could just do an all-nighter.
I keep hearing about the boss doing that. Bruce Springsteen does a 4-hour show, and I'm thinking, how the heck does he keep his voice? Because his voice always sounds the same. It's strong, powerful, and yet he sings for 4 hours.
The single, It's Better to Dream, Christmas mix from Cliff Richard's album, Just Fabulous Rock and Roll, is out now, and you can see Cliff on tour from June next year. Cliff is back doing what he does best. And then the wine as well.
Yeah, the wine is a problem this year because we had the most terrible fungus that hit us. It came because April was the hottest April they'd had for years and May was the wettest. Or it may have been the other way around. The plants don't like humidity. Humidity was home for fungus and the fungus ate a lot of the flowers. But 50%, my winemaker consoles me and says, what was left is still good quality.
Okay.
So we just won't make as much.
Fungus free, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. God bless.
I needed a little space. Honest, I thought you'd stay waiting. I made my last mistake. You're happy and I hate it. And now I know that I spoke too soon. Seeing how fast you made moves. I want you so bad. I want you back, but you're gone.
Naughty Boy Kyla. Should have been me. We like Naughty Boy. Steve and Tim, can I give a shout out for Alison and David, working hard at Maybury Gardens up in very windy Stornoway, busy making and delivering Christmas bouquets. Steve and Tim, I'm off to see Jason Donovan tonight in Nottingham. Can you give a shout out to him? Hello, Jason. And also, this is my third time this year. This is Kayla in Peterborough. Happy Christmas to you all. Monster Nigel Kennedy with us soon now. Here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. Eastbound A71 at Stratham, it's now all reopened between the A726 and Stonehouses. Thanks for your calls on that. The M73 Glasgow, accident between 2 and 1. So down towards the M74 in the roadworks, there's a lane closed. A66, if you're westbound between Troutbeck and Castlerig, the A66 is shut completely. There's an accident at Threckle just at the Station Road junction, the B5322. The A142 at Meepal, we've got that still closed between Meepal and Sutton, the Ely Road. M1, now southbound is still shut between 21 at Leicester and 20 for Lutterworth. You need to follow the diversion route, which will take you off at the hollow black square symbol. The M25, clockwise busy, 13 staying, 16 for the M40, anti-clockwise 13 to 11 is already busy. And if you're heading onto the M4, finally, westbound, new accident now between 17 and 18, Chippenham to Bath. There's an accident there. There's also debris right across the carriageway both ways, so take care as you go through. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Thank you.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Alicia Keys, Blended Family.
Hey, I'm gonna really be a mother, but that don't mean that I don't really love ya. And even though I married your father, it's not the only reason I'm here for ya. I think you're beautiful, I think you're perfect. I know how hard it gets, but I swear it's worth it, worth it. That's what you do, what you do, what you do, what you do for love. There ain't nothing I won't do for us. It may not be easy, this blended family, but baby, that's what you do, what you do, what you do, what you do for love, love.
Simon Mayo after 5 at the special Tunes Day. Simon will be playing your favourite Christmas long songs. I might have said love songs earlier. Long songs, I meant. Jamie Cullum at 7 o'clock tonight. Jamie joined by special co-host Andrea Triana. Fantastic. They'll be celebrating Christmas with some of their favourite alternative festive tunes with jazz flavours. And now, here comes Nigel Kennedy. Was Nigel Kennedy, and Nigel is here. And what did I just play? What did I play there, Nigel?
More like truant, I think, being in this lovely studio. But I think that was Vershini's idealism, which is inspired by Chekhov, The Three Sisters. Okay. Great play.
Should say, Nigel, you've got your Aston Villa shirt on, and you brought your own Aston Villa mug to drink tea.
Well, I don't trust you BBC guys what you're going to put in the tea.
Please.
Yeah. And the Villa shirt has adhered itself to my skin. I do have a bath every now and then, but someone's got to wear the shirt.
Through 30 years, Nigel, I mean, you've been on their tail, and even when they're not doing so well.
It's been some pretty dire years, I might say. It just is a tribute to the fans who carry on turning up. And that's fantastic, and it is a community. People have forgotten about clubs. Having an American owner who never came to the games, he didn't realise that it's a community sport. The local people really own that club. They're the ones who've put money into it for the last 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah. And do you want to talk about music today or not?
Well, you know, I can't sing the songs that I would at Villa Park because the kids might be listening.
You're an interesting phenomenon, though, because, I mean, you're kind of like a rock and roll classical violinist and composer and what have you. I can't ever quite work you out, and I've been interviewing you for so many years.
We have crossed paths a few times, isn't it?
So, are you rock and roll? Are you out there? Are you a surrealist? What are you?
I just do my own thing, you know. I almost feel like I've written the music of Bach now because I've played it for so long. And working in my own music, I love the electric violin. I've spent a lot of time developing that, which then gets it away from all this cliché violin sounds. I'm more influenced by someone like Santana than I would be by another violinist.
Really?
Yeah, because I just love the sound of Santana, that on the verge of feedback, that big warm sound that he makes, you know.
But you've always wanted to make your own sound, and that is the essence of a musician, to put themselves into something, even if it's written by somebody else.
Absolutely, you know, like you have your own fingerprint on it, and a lot of the classical teaching rids people of their individuality. Whereas in the old days, when it was on to 78s, which hopefully is before any of us was born, everyone had an individuality, whether it was classical, jazz, or the early days of the blues. Now, we're all kind of taught that we've got to conform to what's been done before, and I've never been one of those. If you're doing music, why not take a risk?
Well, except in the early days you played the game, because, I mean, some people still might associate you with the Four Seasons, which is not all that out there, is it?
Not really, but people were fairly annoyed by the way that I did it. You know, like that did get the bristles going on the back of a few people's necks. And but Vivaldi, I'm sure he wasn't the most elegant, sweet talking person in his own lifetime, and there's some fairly unpleasant stories about him. And most of the composers for classics were normal people who were then being employed either by the church or royal families, but they were coming from amazing raw talent which was from normal backgrounds.
He's released many albums as Nigel, but he now has made his first album of his own compositions called My World. In the first part of the new album, Nigel pays tribute in the dedications to his musical role models, to his teachers and mentors, Yehudi Menuhin, Isaac Stern, and the trans-genre violinists Stefan Grappelli and Mark O'Connor, who Nigel rates as one of the most important violinists alive today. Nigel also mentions jazz guitarist Jarek Smietana.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, I've been rehearsing. Who he's close to as a result of his frequent visits to Krakow, Poland. The second half of the album is a suite Nigel composed entitled Three Sisters, based on Anton Chekhov's play. Why did you build it in two parts like that?
Well, it's funny because it's My World is the name of the album, but all of the songs and the music I wrote has got outside influences. I guess we all absorb things and then put it into our own language. And I just wanted to say thank you to some of these wonderful musicians I've met who gave me the chance to become the individual that I am, either as an interpreter or a writer. So someone like Stefan Grappelli, I'd never have enjoyed music as much if I hadn't been able to play music with him as a young boy.
Yeah, what a privilege, eh?
Yeah, and Yehudi Menuhin, you know, I'd never have been near classical music probably if he hadn't have paid for all of my education and been so altruistic towards the younger generation in general. And he was listening to Indian music before the Beatles knew it wasn't a type of rubber, you know. And so he was so open with gypsy music, klezmer. That helped me to enjoy the different forms of music.
Yeah, OK. Well, stay there, Nigel. We're going to come back in just a moment with Nigel Kennedy. Don't go away after this.
Why do I feel so down? I should be heading for somewhere. Instead of spinning around, round, round, I'm flying out of control, headlong into the ground. And all the people that love me, they never know if I'm up, down, or around. Everything I've got, I'm gonna lose the lot. Oh, how I wish that I was not hurting everyone I know, bringing everybody down so low, stuck along a road of sadness with nowhere to go. But it's a beautiful world, and so I'm joining the crowd. It's way too hard on my own.
me ask you this, Nigel. Do you like to hear other violinists? Do you like to hear lots of violins? Is that a different kind of feel for you?
I'm just as interested in listening to someone like Eric Clapton or Jimmy Page. They've got this beautiful singing tone, which I can learn just as much from being a violinist. You know? So hearing a great guitar player is really what I love. Or, well, to tell you the truth, what I like listening to primarily is Motown, because those songs will never go bad.
I mean, they're just forever. They're timeless, aren't they?
Yeah, and the orchestral writing on what's going on, or some of the Smokey Robinson, like some of the string writing is just heavenly stuff. Yeah.
Fantastic arrangements.
Yeah.
Do you still have to practice, or do you know what you're doing now? You can just get up and play it.
No, I've got to practice. I've still got it on my agenda to become a better violinist, and I'm still getting better. So 3 hours a day, it keeps the doctor away, but it keeps your feet on the ground and your head can be in the air. So I think everybody, whether it's a footballer, whether it's a boxer, ballet dancer, musician, if you practice every day, it keeps your chops in shape and then you can play.
Yeah, but you clearly have, and always have had, a real passion. This is your life, isn't it?
I do love music. It's like given me such an amazing chance to communicate with people, audiences around the world, that you can suddenly overcome any barrier culturally with music. The musicians I meet, just wonderful people. So it's a very positive experience being able to draw on the energy which is all around us and put it into something finite, which is music.
Right from the off, as far as I've known you, and we know you a little bit in real life as well, not just on the radio, you are an unconventional person. That's genuine, isn't it? Your unconvention is actually part of you, isn't it?
Yeah, I think having, like we were talking about earlier, met people and been hanging with Menuhin and Grappelli, two completely different individuals. That's one thing I learned, is be yourself.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to be anybody else. And as a musician, it's a lucky form of work where you don't have to pretend to be somebody else.
And in that way, do you think you've opened it out? I mean, I think you have. Right from the Four Seasons through to your other work, you've opened it out to regular folk.
Well, I hope so. You know, like I remember going to Aston Villa first, and a lot of my mates really didn't like classical music, and then I started playing it. And actually, a lot of my mates still don't like classical music, but they say, Nigel, you were really clever. You know? And if someone says you're clever, you know they hate it.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, Nigel.
Yeah. I think some people are scared of classical music. I am, because I don't understand it, but I think you've helped to take it to exactly that kind of person.
Well, it was written for everybody, this music. It was just exploited by a certain more narrow segment of society. But that music is for everybody, and I think everybody deserves to be able to enjoy and choose whether they like it or not.
OK, now as we go, Nigel, the album is called My World, and if you can just kind of encapsulate it, because it's very difficult for me to describe it really, and I will play something as we go.
And the two halves actually are quite different, I suppose, aren't they?
Because the one is much more inspired by pictorial images, as in Chekhov, and then the other songs are more melodic, because I wrote melodies which I thought embraced and encapsulated the spirit of the people I was dedicating them to. So one part of it's melodic and the other is more like effects, and still got melody, because I can't ever avoid melody. Melody is the one quality of music which I think really is going to last forever.
Of course, yeah. You know? Pick us something melodic to go out with then.
Whoa, like boom. I'd say the one I wrote for Stefan Grappelli, which is originally called Melody in the Wind.
OK.
He actually recorded it with me a long time ago. Now I've written it and I've given the melody to the oboe, because you can't really have another violinist walk into Stefan Grappelli's shoes and play his part.
Oh, that's very magnanimous of you.
It's kind of nice that the oboe gives another sound, and hopefully it's a song which is uplifting, because he was always a happy person, very generous, spirited.
Well, you yourself are uplifting. It's great to see you again.
Lovely to be with you again, man.
Nigel Kennedy's album My World is released this Friday. Nigel Kennedy, everybody. Thank you very much.
Cheers, man.
And here comes that stuff. Here it comes.
Be with you. Killer, man. Killer Dilla.
goes Nige and Melody in the Wind.
Back then, he was a little-known pirate radio DJ.
So, Kenny, how are you going?
Oh, it's wonderful. And they were the world's biggest band. But together they formed one of the most fascinating friendships in entertainment history.
Kenny did all of that stuff with the most primitive technology. And the Beatles, they too were working with very primitive technology. There was a lot of respect.
I'm Paul Gambaccini, and on Wednesday I tell the story of Kenny Everett and the Beatles.
One day George was telling me something, and Kenny said, "Don't worry, Ron, I'll translate for you."
When Kenny met the Fab Four.
Just a bit of laughter, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday night from 10 on BBC Radio 2.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
You love Nat King Cole, don't you, Keith?
The most solid cat.
Absolutely. On ibtimes.com, Kanye West is rumoured to be performing at the Brit Awards. On list.co.uk, Nile Rodgers says there'll be a new Chic album in 2017. And HollywoodReporter.com says Moonlight and Love and Friendship lead London Critics Circle Film Award nominations. And now you're up to date. 5 to 5, Bobby.
Steve, thank you. Glasgow, M73 southbound between 2 and 1 down towards the M74. There's an accident that's closed at one lane. A66 westbound is closed between Trapbreak and the Castlereagh turn. It's closed at Threcoed following an accident at Station Road. M1 southbound, accident at 33 for Sheffield and Catcliffe. One lane is blocked. And the M1 is still closed southbound between 21 and 20 towards Lutterworth. Following an earlier accident, there is a sign diversion. A45 eastbound at Wellingborough. It has been closed between the A509 and Skew Bridge. We've got one lane only closed now, but you've got huge queues taking at least half an hour to do a couple of miles. Hopefully things will get better. And the M25, clockwise busy, 13 to 16. There's also an accident clockwise 25 to 26 at Waltham Abbey. One lane is shut. Anti-clockwise 14 to 11 is busy. And then we've got the M4 accident westbound 17 to 18 through to Bath. One lane is still closed. Deborah across the carriageway. Back with more with Simon just after the news.
Thank you, the Bobster.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn. But I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. It was a crush, but I couldn't get enough. It was a rush, but I gave it up. It was a crush. Now I might have wanna said too much, but that's all it was. So I gave it up. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. It was a crush. I kept saying I'ma stay in touch, but that thing went bust, so I gave it up. Ooh, no tricks, no bluff. I'm just better off without them cuffs. Yeah, the sun won't set on us. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. When low, when high, still waters run dry. Gotta get back in the groove. I ain't never heard it. When low, when high, what matters is enough. Getting right back in the mood. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other. Now I found another crush. A lush life giving me a rush. Had one chance to make me blush. Second time is one to let. Now I found another crush. The lush life giving me a rush. Had one chance to make me blush. Second time is one to let. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if there was no past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Yeah, I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night
On BBC Radio 2 at Zara Larsson.
like no other.
Lush life. Got to go, though. Yeah. Simon with long songs, not love songs, long songs after 5. And all his evening stuff. Tomorrow with us, well, we've got the Doctor, Peter Capaldi, Barry from Watford, and movie star Jennifer Lawrence. Good evening.